time we have the band The Absence, and we got 2 members, and I think I've talked to one of you on the phone before, but this is the first time on Rock My Monkey TV. First question. I was informed that you guys are no longer on Metal Blade.
Correct.
True story.
That is correct.
Okay. So was this a contract ran out, we didn't renew, or was there issues?
I think it's I think what it is I don't think what it is, I know what it is. Our next album budget is around $15,000, and with record sales declining because of the internet and downloading, there's no way they can justify, you know, giving us that much money to record a record that's not going to recoup that money. So I think that's probably your answer.
So now I know that a lot of bands now are going towards the DIY outlet. I mean, it doesn't take much for. I mean, I can fart into this microphone. I can upload it to. I can upload it, and I can have a CD with a CD of me farting in this microphone gets international distribution through iTunes and Amazon with a couple clicks of my mouse. Are you guys looking to do that kind of DIY distribution?
We are. When we get back from this tour, we're gonna put together an EP with a couple cover songs and wiping the slate clean. I think we're gonna take it more to the heart, like we did when we first started this thing, and. You know, because when we started this band, we weren't really businessmen. We were just dudes that wanted to play music.
We loved this
so
music,
the business
and we wanted to make it, you know? Yeah, pretty much.
The business end of it crushed us, and we weren't prepared for it. I mean, if we were prepared for it, we would have gone to school and done something else other than this crap we're doing. So now it's a whole new direction. It's more wipe the slate clean, like I said, and put our heart into it, and then maybe we don't even need to be on a label. I don't see why you would need to be on a label these days. You know, there's no reason for it.
I mean, we've been around long enough, and I think we've gained enough recognition as a band inside and out of America to, you know, have enough people know about us where it's like, hey, here's a new Absence release, whether or not people don't care if it's on, you know, Steve's Records or if it's on Capitol Records. You know, if it's affordable and if it's available, they want it, and we're gonna make it affordable because there's no point in charging, you know, it's like you go to the music store now and it's like $20 for a CD, or, you know, $18 for a CD. It's like, I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I think the biggest deterrent for record sales was the fact that they weren't available. You know what I mean? So somebody would drive to the store, spend $7 to $10 in gas to the Best Buy or to the FYE, and they'd be like, dude, we can't find your CD. So then what do? They go home and they download it, and now
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's true.
Now, one of the tools that I don't think that I love to bring up because it's one of the greatest unused tools out there is have you guys ever heard of Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Yep.
We were just talking about
it last night. So I believe we'll be using Kickstarter soon.
Of course.
Awesome.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing, and it's, you know, I mean, and that's what, you know, any band needs. You know, there's bands out there that, you know, shall go unnamed, but, you know, who have parents that are willing to drop $10,000 on, you know, buying that first batch of CDs to get them on certain tours, and
or $75,000 to $100,000 to be on a a big tour.
Yeah,
you know,
and you know, I wish we had that, you know, but we don't, you know, and we're all broke. We're all in this band, and which prevents us from getting, you know, certain jobs where you can't go home and be like, hey, can I get this job? But I need to be able to leave to go on tour because I'm in a band, and that's my first job, because, and you get paid for it, you know. But there's a certain level of, you know, doing it for the love. You know, we all love to do this. We love to play this, and it's, you know, the day can be the crappiest day of all time, but once you hit that stage and you see the look in that one person's eyes, it's just like, there's the validation. There it is. So
now their names will go unmentioned, but I know of some bands who they find jobs that they can do while on the road on a bus like this, and they'll sit there and do data sheets for an insurance company, and they'll run the Excel files, and then as soon as they plug into the internet, they sit there and at the hotel they send the Excel file over, or maybe like I know some of them do like voice work, and so they get on the laptop when they're traveling, do a voice work for some Disney cartoon, and then
Yeah, we got a friend who does voice stuff. Mike from Red Cord does some stuff like that.
I think I could do that. I got that, this summer. Let's see what happens when Arnold Schwarzenegger and Julia Stiles team up to bring you a comedy hit so intense that even I couldn't believe it got made, with a soundtrack provided by the Bad Brains and Little John. They actually did
and here we go. In a world where the In a World guy has died and we need to find a replacement, this is your man. So, all right. So now, the music. Let's talk about the music. You got the EP coming out. What can fans look forward to with that EP? What kind of, is there going to be any style changes? Any surprises?
I think we're going back to clean vocals. Like we always did clean vocals on our first. You know,
tastefully.
Good cop, bad cop type thing. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
But we always say we don't like the good cop, bad cop thing. God, you're a hot guy. Not you, him. You got to get him on this camera.
We got the drummer for Power Glove coming up on a future episode of Rock My Monkey TV, and he's harassing this interview, which we think is awesome.
He rocks my monkey every night. It feels good.
And before the interview, these guys were getting a little too friendly, mate. You know, I don't know, something you didn't want to see.
You know, family. Look.
So
I think it's going to be more just an expansion of the stuff that we love. You know, there's many influences from 5 different people that go into this band, and you know, there's a lot of times just apprehensions about, oh man, everybody's doing that, you know, blah 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 blah, you know, we don't want to sell out or this or that. But it's like, you know, we're all like 50,000 years old now. It's like, I don't give a crap what anybody thinks. It's like, let's just make the music good, you know what I mean? Let's play what we like. And I know it's going to be written by us, and it's going to be good because we write good music, and we all stand by. That's why we're all still in this band, because we still believe in it. So
cool. All right. Now, so about 6 songs. What kind of a time frame are we looking at for release?
Well, I'm gonna start when I get back. I'm gonna go into the studio and start working on sections like choruses and bridges and stuff like that, and just try to make them. It's all layering. It's kind of like cooking, you know, putting different ingredients and I'll probably do that and send them to all my boys and be like, well, what do you think of this direction? We already know what the concept is about, so I think we just have to go with that, and I'll probably go with whatever sounds good, and then lyrically we'll form it to how the music structure is. You know what I mean? So lyrics are always second. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
you can try to write lyrics, and then it's, you know, it doesn't. I need to feel something. You know, I can have an idea. Sometimes I'll just jot stuff down, and I have like volumes of just notes, and then I'll feel something, and he'll write something, and I'll get it and be like, ooh yeah, I'm feeling that, and then
right, like he could come up with a vocal pattern that'll sound like complete garbage because it doesn't have lyrics yet, but he knows where he's going with the screams and the pattern to the music, you know what I mean? So, and it's just going to be the same way with clean vocals. We'll know the pattern, you know, we'll know the notes, but we just probably won't know the lyrics yet until we get together, because we always put our minds together.
Well, I don't think we'll know the lyrics until after the CD's out. We'll just, choose your own lyrics. Make them up as you know, just whatever.
Nice.
The absence karaoke coming soon.
Oh yeah, Slarioke is that what we call it in the hood.
Cool. All right, now for fans to make sure that they know about this EP when they come out, other than watching Rock My Monkey News, follow you on Facebook. Is there a website they need to go to? Anything else? Email list? What do they need to do?
Facebook, The Absence, YouTube. Definitely, we'll be putting up some webisodes documenting it, and so we were supposed to be documenting this, but unfortunately, our videographer/driver was detained and denied access into Canada, so that kind of
put a damper on
it. But we got some footage, and we're meeting back up with him, and so hopefully we can still get something out there. When we get home, we'll chop it all up and make it, put all the funny parts.
I think we got a lot of funny stuff. We got a lot of funny footage.
We're pretty ridiculous, so.
Yeah. I didn't quite get that. I didn't get that hint at all.
In a world where you didn't know.
All right. Well, in a world where we got 10 billion interviews to do today, what are some final closing comments to the fans of The Absence and the viewers of Rock My Monkey TV?
I'll tell you what, just we're real people. Just come hang out. If you see us, come hang out with us. We hang out at the merch table, walk around. We're nerds just like you guys. So, just come hang out with us.
I think a lot of people will probably when they see this or when they hear that we're not on Metal Blade anymore, they'll send me these, emails or texts or what have you, saying sorry, but it's really not a bad thing at all. It's good. It's really good.
Well, and I know just behind the scenes, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but I contacted Metal Blade Publicity to get a hold of you guys, and she said, "Well, they're not on our label anymore, but I'll just forward your email."
Yeah, we're all still
they're still
cool
we're still cool. I think they'll come out to the show in LA and we'll hang out, but there's no
it's
business.
Business is business, and you can't get mad at business. So
you can't. I cannot flaw them for. If I had a business and I had an employee that wasn't doing his job, I got to let him go. So
I wouldn't say we weren't doing our job, but at the same time,
we're not selling. We're not selling records. We're not a hot commodity. So it is what it is.
All right. I love it when people can, kind of separate that and kind of keep cool and everything be cool. It's like,
Matt, we have the things that we need to do. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on. Ooh, it's like, all right, well, let's move on to the next tier, and it's going to be higher up where we were before. So I'm not worried about it.
Now, you guys have given a lot of hints that you guys are pretty tech savvy. Have you ever done a Google Hangout with fans?
No. That sounds like a good idea. Actually, well, they do. You do when you're playing Xbox. You and Mike throw your names up there. So yeah, they do. Call of Duty.
Yeah, like my
Nazi
screen name on Xbox is Pat the Absence. So obviously it's a way to get our band name out and shit.
So you're trying to keep it secret that you're in the band The Absence when you're on Xbox then. Okay, but Google Plus has a great thing called Google Hangout, and I know a lot of bands and celebrities are doing that as a way to it's basically like Skype on crack. You basically have you could have 20 different fans online with you, all chatting together, and it's free and it's awesome.
There was the one kid and you. Was it you and Pete and Jeremy played for his birthday? You recorded it. It was like some kid's birthday.
Yeah. That was. I don't know if that was the same. I think we just made a video and sent it to him of us just jamming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, we keep trying to kind of tie up the interview, but these guys are so fun to talk to. It keeps going. So
sorry.
Why can't you guys be bigger dicks? Jeez.
In a world where dick size doesn't matter.
All right. So. Keep tuned to Rock My Monkey TV. That's rockmymonkey.com/TV for more episodes of Rock My Monkey TV. Make sure and follow these guys, The Absence, on Facebook, and be looking for their new EP coming out soon.